guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate and today I want to talk to you about the most common problem that people come across when learning a foreign language, and that is the fear of speaking the language. I started learning English when I was 8 years old, but till the age of 21 I could barely speak it, and it was not because I was bad at it or something. No, I actually did great. I knew grammar pretty well, I knew lots of vocabulary units, so hypothetically I could have a conversation with other people. I also took an international exam, which I passed with merit according to my certificate. Nonetheless, I could not say a word when I was supposed to. Frankly, I didn't even care about it. Although I did feel embarrassed every single time my family and I would go abroad, and my parents would count on me thinking that I would be able to talk to staff at the hotel or waiters at cafes or, I don't know, just local people. But it never happened. And no matter how much I wanted to open my mouth and finally say something, nothing would come out. It might sound silly, but it felt like there was some sort of mechanism inside of my head that would stop me from having conversation with other people. I don't know how it works. What I do know for sure is that there are thousands or maybe even millions English language learners who struggle with speaking the same way I did. So for this video, I identified a few reasons why we are scared to speak English based on my personal experience. Since I was born in Russia, where English is not spoken as often as in other countries, I didn't really have a chance to hear real English conversations. I mean, on our classes we only listen to recordings specifically made for studying purposes, like those where two people arrange a meeting and they speak very slowly. But the truth is, in real life, nobody speaks like that. Everyone speaks faster, everyone doesn't pronounce all the sounds. So I was really confused every single time I heard someone speaking to me like that, and I wasn't even able to understand what they really wanted to say to me. But even if I was, I wouldn't respond to them because I would be scared I might make a mistake and I would be misunderstood. As a perfectionist, I either do everything perfectly or don't do it at all. But I found out that this is a really bad strategy for those who learn foreign language because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, and that is okay. Beginners, intermediate students, advanced students, even native speakers, everyone makes mistakes. And if we make mistake in our native language and we are not laughed at, well, at least in most cases, then why should we be so scared to say something grammatically incorrect in a foreign language? I'm positive I've made several mistakes while recording this video, but I'm not stressed out about it because I know that you still get what I'm trying to say to you. That is the most important thing. Like I said before, I was born and raised in Russia, so I had a strong Russian accent for a pretty long time. Well, not the one that you might hear in American movies, but still. Our school teachers didn't really pay attention to how we pronounced English sounds. We didn't have much time in our classes, and most students were okay with it, but I wasn't. I just believe that good pronunciation is a key to self-confidence, which is really important if you want to have a conversation in English. Good pronunciation isn't that you don't have accent at all, or that you speak just like native speaker. No. For me, good pronunciation is when you sound clear enough for other people to understand you. From my personal experience, I can say that the better your pronunciation is, the more confident you are and the more joy you get from speaking in English. And last but not least, I didn't have enough speaking practice. For a long time, I had thought that speaking is not really important when you learn a foreign language. So when I had a chance to choose what exercise to do, I would say no to speaking and turn to grammar or, I don't know, other more interesting exercises, thinking that if I know grammar well enough, then I won't have problems with speaking. When I took my first international exam back in 2015, I found out that speaking was the weakest aspect of language. No wonder why. I didn't train speaking. So, bottom line, have a systematic approach to learning a foreign language. Do the exercises you don't like. Do the exercises you feel are useless for you, because there are no useless things to learn about foreign language. The more you know, the more secure you feel. In order to overcome these 4 issues, I switched my whole life into English. I started watching American TV shows, series, movies. I started listening to podcasts. All of this helped me to improve my listening skills. Now I know lots of phrases that native speakers use in their daily conversations, which is quite useful. I also started reading in English because books are a great source of new vocabulary. And I'm speaking about modern English literature right now, because if you choose an old book, then you will probably learn outdated vocabulary, which you don't really need. And if you use it later, then you probably will sound a little bit weird. I also started training my pronunciation. I have a book which helps me to master American accent. It has lots of pictures, lots of explanations, like where you should put your tongue, where you should put your lips to create certain sounds. It's a great book and it was worth its money. I'm so glad I have it. Oh, and finally, I started taking classes with a native speaker. And I think this is the best way that you can choose in order to overcome your fear. Thanks to these classes, I've become more open to other people. I look forward to any opportunity of speaking to someone in a foreign language. And if you don't have a chance to take such classes, then you can look for a speaking buddy, a person who will speak to you in English or other foreign language that you learn. You both will have great time, I'm sure, and both of you will have a chance to overcome the fear that follows you from the very first day of learning a foreign language. I hope my advice were useful for you. I hope I got you inspired to think about other reasons why you struggle to speak English. Please share them in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye!